Hey, what's up you guys, it's KaboosXBL bringing you another Injustice video, and today what we're going to be talking about is a little bit of a wish list in terms of characters that I would love to see and what hopefully we will get in a Injustice sequel. Now I did a video about the Injustice sequel a little while back about what I would want to see in terms of like the story, and I named off a few characters that I would like to see, but this time around I want to give about 10 or so characters that I can name off and why I would want to see them in the sequel and how I think that they would be cool and possibly how they could play. So starting off with the #1 character on almost anybody's list when it comes to Injustice, Red Hood, being Jason Todd. Now this character has been begged for since the very announcement of Injustice. We were so damn sure how many times that we were going to get him as DLC, and it just never happened. It's sad, but there's nothing you can really do at this point other than cry and pray that he'll appear in the sequel. But he would just be awesome. I can imagine his trait being a stance switch type of thing, where he switches between the cool knife that he has and his guns. That would be a good trait, and it can allow for his moveset to be totally expanded, and I would really love that, especially the character. Just it would be so great with people like Joker. And speaking of which, I would love the entire cast of Injustice 1 to return, including the DLC. With these 10 characters that I'm going to name off. But yeah, like you could have like awesome clash quotes with the Joker where Red Hood, like I don't know what they could say, but you guys would probably think of some awesome stuff in the comments. You know, it would just be so cool to hear some of the dialogue that you could have with Batman, with Joker, with Nightwing, with all these characters, and Red Hood is definitely deserving to be in this game. The next person I want to talk about is Captain Cold. He is so freaking badass in the new 52. He has these ice arms. He's not a joke villain anymore. He's really freaking cool. And my god, like he would just be so damn awesome in this game. I also made a video about him where if he was in the game as DLC, it would be cool to have a Sub-Zero skin for him, because at least you can integrate a little bit of fan service for both DC and Mortal Kombat fans, because they're kind of similar in the way that they have the ice arms and the whole ice thing in general. But yeah, Captain Cold would be freaking wicked in this game. Next person, or the next two people I'd like to say, are the last members of the Teen Titans that we didn't get to have show up in Injustice 1, being Starfire and Beast Boy. These characters are freaking so awesome, and I love the reference that Cyborg teases towards them in the story mode, where he says that I believe it was the explosion that kills off the rest of the Teen Titans. So it would be cool if in some sort of alternate universe they're still alive, and we get to see what the older versions of Beast Boy and Starfire are, since we already got to see what the older versions of Cyborg and Raven are. So yeah, they definitely deserve to be in this game, and especially Beast Boy. It would be so cool if his trait was like you switch into a different random animal that has his own moves list. That would be awesome. Kind of like the way Harley Quinn's trait is, where it's not like a consistent thing every time. It's always something different. So that would be cool with Beast Boy's trait. Next character is Black Manta. This is an Aquaman villain, and he is just all kinds of badass. The eye lasers, especially the Young Justice, kind of gave me that big push to really think that this would be an awesome character for Injustice. And some people actually rumored that he would be in the game for a little bit. So I don't see why not, especially since Ed Boon's starting to love Aquaman as much as most people are nowadays. Next character is Atrocitus. He is a background character on the rooftop of Metropolis, and I believe somebody went into like the texture files and found the NPC of him, and you got to like zoom in up close and get like the full look of him. Even though it was very low design, and it was obviously because he was a background character, it looked so cool. And imagine if they really polished it up, they did a great design, and they incorporated his moves list as a character in the game. Oh man, Atrocitus would just be so badass, so badass. And plus we kind of did or at least I wanted to see a lot of more Green Lantern villains, because he's got some freaking cool ones, you know, Sinestro included. But yeah. Next character is Poison Ivy. Now, this is another character that was highly rumored to be an Injustice for whatever reason. I didn't think she was going to be, but a lot of people were like, yeah, maybe she will be, maybe she will be. In the Joker's Asylum, or I believe just the Arkham Asylum stage, she has a little Easter egg in the background. The plant that you throw, it's an interactable. That's a part of like Poison Ivy's cell, I'm guessing, or from what most people were guessing. So that's pretty cool. And she would have like a lot of unique moves in her moves list. You know, just all this elemental plant stuff that she can do would be really cool. And I would love to see the way she would play in Injustice. Next up is Booster Gold. This guy is just flat out hilariously cool. Like, he has showed up. He was in Smallville. He's been in all sorts of comics. I mean, just look up anywhere. This guy is just friggin' awesome. You know, he's always got that big smile on his face. He's always a super happy, douchey, cool type of guy. And I would love to see him in Injustice. He'd bring that kind of, I guess, comedic feel to the game rather than being super gritty and dark all the time. And I would love Booster Gold to be in the game, especially to see what they would do with his moves list. And like, you know, when you take out an enemy's first health bar, the thing that he would say, it'd just be funny. Even his Clash quotes, I would love to see that character for that. Next up is Black Canary. This is a female character that people were begging for. She is cool. She was shown up in the Arrow TV series, and I kind of like the way they did her in the Arrow TV series, where she didn't have the power, but she had this little like sonic thing that she held in her hand that emits that scream. You know, it was a very nice nod to her actual power in the comics. And speaking of that, it could be a nice way to incorporate moves into this game. While that's really her only power, it could be very well done and very uniquely done. Like, her back three could be a big scream, her forward three could be like a jumping scream down or something like that. And I would really enjoy to see what they can do with Black Canary's powers, because while she's very limited with them, it could be incorporated with very nice martial arts moves and things like that. And especially her trait, I wonder what that would be. I would imagine like her trait being something like the scream is activated, so it's like, I guess it does more damage. Any move that involves the scream, it does more damage or something like that. That would be cool. The last character that I would like to see in Injustice 2, there are a bunch more that I really can't think of, but the last character that I can think of right now that I would love to be in Injustice 2 is Static Shock. This guy, oh my god, Young Justice again really gave me that extra push to want this guy in Injustice, and man, is he cool. Like, he's just an awesome character. And I remember his TV show, even though I'm pretty young, I'm 16, it brings so much nostalgia to think about the TV show and how awesome it was, and to see him return in Young Justice was even better. It's just friggin' top-notch stuff, and it would be really friggin' cool to have him in Justice. Once again, his trait that I can imagine with him floating on the disc, you know, when you activate it. Kind of like Hawkgirl's, when you activate her trait, she starts flying and she can be in the air and stuff. So, yeah, that's what I would think of Static Shock's trait. So what are your thoughts in the comments below? What characters would you like to see in Injustice 2? You guys have a lot more time to think about it than I do. So sit down, name off like 15 characters if you want to, including an extra 4 or 6 DLC characters that you would want to think of. Include skins that you would like to see for these characters, and let me know all in the comments below. Also, tell me, what do you think of my list of characters? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Tell me why in the comments below. I'm CaboosXBL. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.